The North Sea doesn't forgive. That's the first thing Lena Finch learned when her research vessel, the Mare Cognitum, left Aberdeen on the worst November in a decade. A marine biologist out of Woods Hole, Massachusetts, she'd spent years tracking deep-sea anomalies in the Gulf of Maine. But the North Sea was a different beast, a cold, shallow graveyard that had swallowed 10,000 ships and never once burped up a secret. Her team's mission, funded by a Norwegian energy conglomerate, was supposed to be routine. Survey a submerged prehistoric landscape buried 40 meters beneath the waves. Doggerland, an ancient land bridge that once connected Britain to continental Europe, drowned by rising seas 8,000 years ago. Archaeologists had found Mesolithic tools, animal bones, even a human skull. But the client wanted a full seismic scan of a particular valley, one that looked suspiciously like a man-made trench. "The Norwegians are spooked," said her lead engineer, a Houston-born oil rig veteran named Cruz. He was chewing a toothpick, staring at the sonar display. "They found something last year, tried to drill, and the drill bit came back, twisted, like someone had wrung it out." Lena adjusted her glasses. Twisted how? Like a wet rag, and the steel was pitted, chemically etched, by something that shouldn't be down there. The Mare Cognitum anchored over the site at 2 a.m. The sea was oil black, the waves lapping with a sound like wet lips. Lena deployed the ROV, a little yellow sub with lights that cut through the murk. For 30 minutes, they watched silt and rock. Then the sonar lit up. It wasn't a natural formation. The ROV's camera revealed a circle of standing stones, covered in barnacles and a century of sediment. But these weren't Neolithic menhirs. They were carved, sharp, almost faceted, like the teeth of some giant animal. And in the center of the circle, a stone slab etched with a spiral pattern that seemed to turn when Lena stared too long. "Holy Mother," Cruz whispered. "That's not Doggerland. That's older. Much older." The Scottish captain, Morag Sutherland, went pale when she saw the video feed. She pulls out a selkie coin and begins to mutter in Gaelic.
"What is it?"
Morag's voice drops to a whisper.
"You Yanks know the Flying Dutchman, the ghost ship, but the North Sea has older ghosts, the drowned ones, Namerb. Old legend says they built stone rings to keep something in, not a god, a hunger."
Morag points at a spiral carving on the monitor.
"That symbol, my grandmother called it the turning mouth. It's a lock, and you've just pointed a camera right at it."
Lena almost laughs. Then the ROV feed flickers, showing something large moving against the current.
"Bring it up."
The ROV's lights die one by one. A black thread unspools into the water. The sea begins to whisper. A low thrum is heard. Lena and Cruz mistake it for the ship's engines or the wind. Morag locks herself in her cabin. Lena records it on her phone and hears her mother's voice. "Lena, come down, the water's warm." Lena throws the phone across the room. At 3:17 a.m., Cruz wakes Lena. 2 deckhands and a geologist have vanished. "The crew! They're gone!" Lena orders a mayday. The radio crackles and a mysterious voice speaks. "You opened the turning mouth. Now we must close it. 1 soul for each stone." Cruz grabs a flare gun. The engines are fouled with dark fibers. Faces are seen beneath the surface. Morag emerges with a changed voice.
"The drowned ones aren't ghosts. They chose to go under. You let the air thing out. Now the water thing is calling them home."
Lena understands the stone circle's purpose. The water rises. Lena and Cruz acknowledge what they must do and step into the sea.
"You have a choice, Lena Finch. Join the drowned ones, and you become memory."
Lena sees the truth as she joins the drowned ones. Her last thought is about the North Sea's memory. A Norwegian supply vessel finds the Mare Cognitum adrift with no signs of struggle. A voicemail is left on a satellite phone. "Tell them not to drill the Doggerland Trench. Tell them the sea is not a graveyard. It's a library, and we are the books." A lullaby in an unknown language is heard as the North Sea briefly goes glass flat. The wind carries an ancient smell.